Welcome to the Emerging Professional Series at the Coffee Conversation Show powered by the Emerging India Forum, TIF, and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is the Corporate Compass Navigating Integrity. We have with us Sateesh MK, a stalwart of corporate governance and legal strategy with over 4 decades of experience spanning law, internal audit, arbitration, corporate advisory, and independent directorships. Satish is not just a professional, he's living a playbook on how to blend legal acumen with boardroom foresight. Join us as we explore his insights on leadership, resilience, and the ever evolving world of compliance, mentorship, and corporate ethics. So, welcome, Satish, today's coffee conversation.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Amir. I think it's a real pleasure catching up with
Cool.
you.
Okay. So, let me explain you. There will be 3 rounds: professional journey, personal journey, and a surprise rapid fire where you will be in the hot seat. You have to be witty, fun, and quick. And here's the gift: Shaping Agency Lawyer, which will autograph and send to you, but you have to first win it. So, friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation, legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. We help law firms, corporate legal, startup, SME with world class technology, software licensing, and tech training solutions. So, my first question, Satish. You have
Yeah.
had an illustrious journey across law, audit, directorship. What's been your most transformational role and why?
Okay. That's a very nice question. Uh, Basically, all my corporate life, I've been closely interacting with the board of directors for nearly 3 decades, I should say. Every year, we were having annual general body meetings in 4 different zonal offices, that is Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, and Calcutta. So, interacting with the board, one level below the board, that was one aspect. But the most transforming aspect, the journey has started only now. See, going from one level, that is from an employee to being at the board level, is a totally different ball game. And I would say, being a board member, this journey is quite exciting and also calls for a lot of intelligence, tact, and I would say diplomacy. And I would definitely say, without any doubt, becoming a board director, that too as an independent director, has been the most transformational part in my journey, corporate journey.
Wow. Okay, so let's dive deep into the conversation. With your experience in audit and legal functions, how do you ensure a balance between compliance and business growth?
Well, this is quite a tricky question, frankly. I would say one thing. See, minor non-compliances probably will be acceptable to most of the directors. But then when you're talking of business growth should be there, but not at the risk of taking too many risks, which probably would be non-compliant as far as the regulators are concerned. So one needs to maintain a balance between the regulations, compliances, at the same time ensure that business growth happens. So you need to maintain a fine balance between the two without overstepping each other domain.
Wow. Okay. Can you share a moment, Satish, where strategic thinking helped you avert a major business risk?
Well, this particular thing happened once when I was a step below the board, but I was directly interacting with 2 directors. One was our local director and the other one sitting in Mumbai. This was, can I take the name of the company, or I can just keep it
No,
confidential?
it's fine. It's up to you.
Okay. When I was in Lloyd Installations, a decision had to be taken for taking up a contract of some 5 crores approximately. And it was with a multinational US based company. And this work was to be executed some 50 kilometers away from Chennai. So, what happened? We were asked to give our best quote so that the order could be procured. But there were some riders. That company, which was a US based company, they wanted to impose US laws in our country. When US laws are not at all applicable to our country, there is no way you can accept those terms and conditions. So I told our director flat, absolutely, bluntly. I said, the risk of taking this contract is much more than the risk of not taking the contract. You may lose 3.5 crores in terms of business, but if you get into litigation with a company which is trying to enforce their terms and conditions which are not at all applicable in our shores, it's better not to take the contract. So this was a strategy which I told him very coolly later on, and then he understood and he refused to take the contract. So thereby, I helped the company in avoiding complications later on while executing the job.
Beautiful. So, Satish, what's your personal approach when resolving arbitration matters, especially when representing companies as both claimant and defendant?
So it's very simple. Arbitration matters. See what happens when you are in an arbitration, especially I'm using the word ad hoc arbitration, or you could be in front of a panel of arbitrators. The most important thing is whether you are the claimant or the defendant. Both ways, you need to see the facts of the case and build up your case based on the facts. Now, certain facts in a contract will be in your favor and certain facts will not be in your favor. So, what happens when you are a plaintiff, that is, you have filed the case, you are the claimant, then what happens? The majority of the facts will be in your favor. But at the same time, there could be some points which may not be in your favor. So you should be in a position to concede it to the defendant. And as an arbitrator, the guy will see both sides. An arbitrator's job is basically to ensure a fair and reasoned award. So when you are fighting it out, either ways, see, most of the times I've been on the claimant side. In only one arbitration case, I've been on the defendant side. So here I would like to share my experience. As a defendant, we lost the case, right? But what happened? Due to applying legal principles properly, as a defendant, I went to the district court, I went to the high court and managed to scuttle down the award from 1.3 crores to some 30-40 lakhs. So your approach should be play it safe, but be honest with the facts. I mean, if somebody tries to lie, you will get caught in no time. Because the facts speak, the documents speak.
Wow. So, Satish, according to you, what does ethical leadership mean to you in the context of legal and corporate affairs?
This again is a very difficult and tough question to answer. See, when we talk of ethics, the standard of ethics, I would say from person to person, it can change a lot. What is ethical to me may not be ethical to another person. I hope you understood what I mean to what I'm trying to explain. See, when you talk of ethics, I would say you need to be honest, you need to be integral to the company, and you need to be quite straightforward when you present your facts. And ethics is definitely the cornerstone of good corporate governance anywhere, wherever you go. I think that sums up the answer.
Perfect. Yes. So, Satish, according to you, what key attributes make a professional fit for board stewardship in today's disruptive business era?
the answer to this question is, I have partly answered in the previous question. A person needs to be, first of all, a person needs to be ethical towards himself or herself. First of all, the person has to see whether he or she is following ethics in their own personal lives. Then only they can really come up and sit in a boardroom and face the other board members strongly and stick to their viewpoint. They need to be soft. They need to be very humble. They need to respect the other board members, especially the promoters who have actually appointed you as an independent director. Because now I am replying your question from an independent director's perspective. You are basically an outside director. So you need to really carry forward good board stewardship principles. And when I talk of good board stewardship principles, it's basically ethics and guiding the top, politely addressing all issues without compromising on the business goals. It's a tough call, but it's always possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Satish, how do you see the role of independent directors in India's corporate landscape evolving?
See, this particular role, I would say, calls for sort of a situation wherein the independent director should never ever succumb to pressure, number one. This is very important for any independent director. The person has to be strong internally, externally, but be very soft. It's a difficult combination. Being soft and being strong always do not go together. You need to be soft and humble, but at the same time put forward your viewpoints in a very forceful, ethical way. And the best mode is shooting mails. What happens is when you talk verbally, sometimes you could end up getting into a heated argument with other board members, which is best avoidable. So the qualities that an independent director really needs to have is, one is integrity, honesty, ethics, and of course, following the regulations, SEBI regulations, SEBI LODR regulations, Companies Act, all these things which an independent director needs to know while entering the boardroom. He should be aware of the non-compliances. Sometimes boards may take decisions which may not be in the best interest, but for business purposes, you may have to go ahead. Then what you need to do is you need to see how best you can meet the compliances without tipping the scales this way or that way or toppling the boat. You need to maintain a very fine balance. So all these things one starts gaining only out of experience. Once you get into a board assignment, the whole journey becomes a learning journey.
Yeah, very true. So, Satish, what challenges do you foresee in corporate governance in the next 5 years?
Well, right now in our ecosystem in India, if you see, the majority of the companies are all promoter-driven companies. So one needs to maintain a very fine balance and maintain an excellent relationship with the top management, especially with the managing directors, chairman. Now here I would like to tell all aspiring directors, if they get into a company where the chairman is a non-executive director and the managing director is also there, here there is a very fine balance that needs to be maintained. The managing director is actually a key managerial personnel reporting to the board. So an independent director being part of the board has actually powers if the other independent directors also cooperate and see a particular situation from a positive viewpoint which will help the company. Now, coming out of the individual thinking and thinking from a corporate board point of view, it's going to take a little bit of time, but the winds of change are already there, and I foresee in the next 3-4 years, the entire corporate scenario is going to change, especially with artificial intelligence coming up in a big way now.
So, how is AI impacting corporate governance according to you?
At present, not much, because
Mhm.
all the AI tools, they are not updated till date, number one. And as such, in our ecosystem, in the Indian ecosystem, AI has really not taken off. But in future, probably within the next 1 year, one can see lot many changes happening in the corporate sector, because the last 1 year and this year already AI has advanced to such an extent. These days people say any new AI tool, the shelf life is only 40 days or 45 days, whatever it is. So from the viewpoint of a company, especially from the board point of view, they need to see which AI tool will be helpful for the organization and where they can use the AI tools down the line, in which department they can use. As far as board decisions are concerned, I would say the human mind is far advanced than an AI tool.
Yeah. Okay. What's been a memorable case when you were advising in your career, and what were the key learnings you got from that memorable case?
You're talking of a legal case?
Any case, any memorable case, in your advisory, you've played multiple roles
Yeah.
where there has been an impact, a change in the company, in the professional life.
Yes, definitely. See, I can cite two cases. One case which was lost by the company in front of a panel of three arbitrators, out of which one was a retired Chief Justice and the other two were retired High Court judges. There, though we lost the case, right from day one, we knew we are going to lose. We knew we were going to lose. But still, even while fighting a losing cause, you need to put your best foot forward and see what best you can retrieve for the company. So I was citing this particular case where I approached the district court and then I went to the high court and managed to get the award scuttled down from 1.2 crores to something like 30-40 lakhs, and also advising the management to pay out the money so that the interest burden also gets reduced. That way, it was a very big saving for the company. And
Yep.
the second case was something very fantastic that happened. We got a very good award against a multinational, that was Ford India Limited in Chennai. I was really taken aback, rather surprised. Within 1 week of the award, we managed to get roughly around 80 lakhs within 1 week, and that too with interest.
Wow.
Paying interest in the corporate circles is probably next to impossible. आजकल के जमाने में इंटरेस्ट छोड़िए, प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट भी लोग वापस नहीं देते हैं.
Yes. Wow.
I hope you got my point, because in the corporate circles, in many companies, you find there is very bitter negotiation between the parties and in dispute to even
Mhm.
discuss the principal amounts due and then cut short the amount. Interest तो छोड़िए, interest मिलता ही नहीं है.
Yes. So, which is second case?
The second case I explained, the Ford case, which I got with interest
Okay.
against
And what about
Ford.
individual? What do you say? Where you that is about the company. What about uh, a company director, or you're guiding, coaching someone? Has
You're
there been a
talking,
memorable case with a person?
yeah. There's one case I remember very well. One of our clients was not paying money at all. Absolutely. and we had to get huge amount. So what happened was the joint managing director sitting in Delhi, he used to dial me directly. He is no more, of course, now. And also the director from Mumbai also used to dial me directly, and the local director. So three directors were interacting with me and constantly guiding me. But again, when I have to go to the site, I need to take a decision on the spot. Whosoever is guiding, I still need to take a decision in favor of the company. So what happened? One of the directors said, stay put where you are. You're not going to come back without getting the money. So that mentoring really helped me in couple of cases. Personally, I would say the local director who said, stay put wherever you are. You're not going to come back till you complete the job, and I am backing you. You don't bother about your stay. You don't bother about your expenses. Everything will be taken care. So when you have the confidence of the top management, then you can scale any height.
Wow. Yes. So my last question for your professional journey around, what advice would you give to women professionals who want to enter the world of corporate governance and become independent directors?
My plain simple advice is, number one, they should not be freshers. They need to have at least some 10 to 15 years of experience, corporate experience. And the biggest thing is they need to be very mature individuals who can take decisions even under tough circumstances. Because being on the board as an independent director, basically you're an outside director. You're not part of the company. You are treated like an outsider, literally. So when you're in such a situation, you need to hold your nerves, you need to be very cool, and you need to be soft and humble. At the same time, maintain ethics and ensure that all the regulations are being met, compliances are being taken care. Because that is what the regulators are expecting from independent directors, and that is what the government is expecting from the independent directors.
Very true. Yes. So wonderfully you explained. So I'm planning to do a panel discussion on board effectiveness in corporate India. So I'm inviting you because now you're
Sure.
part of the Coffee Tribe community. Vikesh Walia. Then there is another coffee speaker we just completed with Tanvi. So then with Apna Neha or Divya from
Yeah.
Mentor My Board.
Yeah.
It will be
I know
lovely
both of them.
conversation.
Divya and Neha are
So
very good friends.
they've been featured on the Coffee Conversation show for
Yeah,
your
yeah. I've got
yeah,
the, link to see their recordings.
yeah.
Mr. Vikesh, yesterday only I got the link for all the three people, I think, or two people I got. Vikesh Walias is there. Maybe Divya's and Neha's I need to get. I will ask them to share, or I think your organization can share. It'll be a
Yeah, yeah, sure.
wonderful learning experience. I keep meeting them regularly.
Very good. So make my mentor, we have done almost all the apna ye management people, the board. There is apna Atul Juvle,
All of them are good friends. Atul Juvle is a very good
Rajnikant
friend of
Patel,
mine.
Rajnikant Patel.
Yeah, yeah. Ex-SEBI chairman.
Yes, he also got featured on the Coffee Corner show.
Yeah, yeah.
So the
Yes, they're
coffee
all
has
good
reached
friends.
to ye length and breadth of India, and not only India. It has ye reached international. We have featured ye West Coast Mall, who was Delphi Internet founder.
I would be very happy if you can invite Mr. Shailesh Haribhakti, ex-chairman of
Please,
Blue Star,
so that you have to
and
arrange. You have to arrange for that, sir.
Mr. Vikesh Wale is the right person for that.
I, he's at a different league, so I can't apna ye
I,
hai.
I
We'll
will
discuss it
approach.
later. We'll discuss that later. Okay, because let us go to the next round. We have to.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, so let us understand Satish as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
Well, I actually spent a major part of my life in Delhi, initially in Tamil Nadu, and my formative years was spent in Delhi, close to 23 years. So I had three brothers, and my dad was a director himself in GEC towards the end of his career. He was a general manager with BHEL, and then he took voluntary retirement, and later on went to be the director, technical director in the board of directors of GEC. They had set up a subsidiary here in India. So he was the technical director there. And my eldest brother, he was vice president with Reliance in Dahanu. He was rather assistant vice president, I think, for ESG. And my second brother, elder brother, he's no more. He was with National Thermal Power Corporation. He was a manager before he passed away. And my younger brother, he's a cardiothoracic specialist. He's a heart specialist. He performs bypass surgeries in Nasik.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
No sisters. And my mom, pakka homemaker. And after marriage, I got married in the year 1987. And I would say my wife is my biggest inspiration. And she is my biggest critic. And my daughters, I learn a lot from them. Though we do have our Mahabharats off and on.
Okay.
And it's an ongoing process, ongoing
Yeah.
journey.
Yes. Yes, it's true. So how do you unwind after a long day of meetings, hearings?
Normally, over a cup of coffee and lazing around in front of the TV and seeing movies, going to the theater, especially the big screens, जो IMAX screens होता है, वहाँ पे movies देखना बहुत मजा आता है.
Yes, very true. So, is there a personal habit or ritual you never skip, no matter how hectic your schedule is?
Sure. Every day I get up in the morning by 4 o'clock. दिया जलाना पहला काम होता है. Normally speaking, it's my normal schedule. I get up, have my bath and everything. पहले भगवान को दिया जलाते हैं. And then I attend spiritual retreats, spiritual webinars every day at 6 o'clock. उसके बाद फिर I go for my morning walk. So I maintain some discipline in all these habits. I don't miss.
Wow. So, the spiritual satsangs, whom are you following?
I am a member of the Oneness movement. And
Amma Bhagwan.
Amma Bhagwan. Oh, you know Amma Bhagwan. That's great.
Yeah. I have attended lot अपना ये in Mumbai अपना ये satsangs and अपना ये
That's
every
great.
morning I play there अपना Ekam Soham.
Oh, Ekam. Very good. Have you come to Nemam?
No,
No, not yet.
I have attended अपना Diksha
Oh, that's great.
अपना of Ajay Bhai in Mumbai.
So you have met Bhagwan's son in
No,
GC?
no,
Not
no,
yet. You have not met
no,
Bhagwan?
no.
Please
I've
do
been
be.
अपना I not only oneness, I follow others also like Isha, then अपना Rishi Prabhakar, then ये ब्रह्म कुमारी recently attended ब्रह्म कुमारी का digital detox का.
You're very similar to me in nature because Brahma Kumari का भी मैं काफी सत्संग अटेंड कर चुका हूँ when I was in Bangalore. ईशा जग्गी वासुदेव का मैं देखता रहता हूँ videos. I keep
So I
seeing.
have done their inner engineering.
Okay. Yeah, that inner engineering
And
thing.
Rishi Prabhakar का सिद्धि समाधि योगा.
And Shri Ravi Shankar ka bhi, sometimes I view his videos and watch his.
Then I've gone for ये क्या बोलते हैं Osho's meditation program also.
Osho's, I've heard many of his
Discourse. But I've gone
CDs.
for the meditation.
Yeah. I can invite you over to Nemam Chennai. I will take you there. I think this is all off record, hopefully. So you can, I will take you to Nemam. And if you want to see Bhagwan, please tell when you want to see. Now there are some 2-3 day retreats happening in a place called Satyaloka. This is about, you can say 20 kilometers from Kuppam.
Okay.
You should attend those retreats in Hindi because you will feel more comfortable listening in those retreats. and they will elevate your consciousness levels considerably.
So let's continue the conversation. We'll discuss it after the recording.
Yeah, sure.
So, which is a book which has impacted your personal life the most?
I have 2, 3 books in mind. One book is written by one of the gurus in the oneness movement. And there was another book during my childhood, Linda Goodman, all the sun signs. That had a very deep impact on me because I was reading all those different sun signs, and I was also trying to see whatever she had mentioned in that book, how much it is actually happening in my life. I'm a Leo. So she had written a lot many things about the Leo sign. And many of those things which he had mentioned, the attributes, the qualities, and how a Leo behaves. I mean, I was just a perfect fit. So that book really had a very big impact. And now I'm reading a book written by one of the independent directors, aspiring directors. He has written a book, PhD. It's a beautiful book. I don't have it right in my hand, but I can definitely send it across. I can send a WhatsApp snapshot of that. I'm still going through that book. It looks very inspiring. He's a president of one big wood company in Kerala, and he's an aspiring independent director. Maybe one day you can give him an opportunity. Wonderful gentleman, and I mean, he's very articulate.
Wow, beautiful. So, Satish, how important have friendships been in your life outside the professional sphere?
Excellent. Friendships. I would say my friendship with my school chums is still on. And next year we're going to meet for our 50th year anniversary after leaving school. So I maintain excellent rapport with all my school classmates.
Wow, beautiful. So my last 3 questions are on a reflective ones. What are your plans for 2025 personally and professionally?
Professionally, I definitely intend to get into at least 3 or 4 listed companies as an independent director. And the journey continues because this is a journey. You keep learning, you keep sharing your thoughts, you keep sharing your experiences with the other board members. And I would say in the corporate professional life, being on the board probably is the best thing that can happen to an individual in any company, especially those who are in the top rung, who get a feel of the directors day in and day out. For such people, getting into an independent director role probably could be the best thing that can happen.
Yeah, very good. Okay. What legacy would you like to leave behind?
I would love to leave a legacy where people will think that this guy has done good things in life, and being a mentor throughout my life. I've been a mentor to college students and giving back to the society. Whatever I have learned throughout my corporate life, I would love to share it with other corporate top honchos. And of course, I love mentoring college students, school students. In fact, I've been a keynote speaker with Galgodia University last year.
Wow. So, Satish, you have lived in different parts of the world. Which city is your favorite and why?
Delhi, without any doubt. All my formative years, school, college, first 10 years of professional life, Delhi ka jo lifestyle hai, it's very different but rough and tough. But now I find Chennai is much better in terms of you find it very peaceful, and I'm now settled here in Chennai.
Wow.
So I would say 2, 3 cities have had a very good impact. Calcutta is another city because 4 cities in our country. Delhi has a different culture. Mumbai is different. Chennai is different, and Calcutta is extremely different. So, but Delhi, I loved it because I spent my childhood, formative years there, college, and then first 10 years of professional life before shifting to Chennai.
Wow, beautiful. So my last one is a googly one. Describe Satish in one line.
Go getter.
Beautiful. So let's put you in the hot seat, the rapid fire round. Courtroom or boardroom?
Boardroom.
Your go-to comfort food?
Go to comfort.
Food. Go-to comfort food.
Food.
Yes.
Masala dosa.
Best place to visit in Delhi?
Akshardham.
Your favorite restaurant in Chennai?
Favorite restaurant in Chennai. Woodlands.
Your favorite color?
Sky blue and light green.
Wow. Best piece of advice received?
Best piece of?
Piece of advice received.
Best piece of advice. Well, I would say my wife keeps telling me, keep mum as much as possible.
A mantra you live by?
Huh?
A mantra you live by?
A mantra. I would say be active all the time.
Coffee or filter copy?
Filter coffee. I love filter coffee.
So you
It's
did
my
well.
favorite.
And here's a book, Shipping Agency Lawyer, which will be autographed and sent to you. So, friends, it was a lovely conversation having with a senior, a professional who has lived in different parts and he likes Delhi, but now he's settled down in Chennai. So, all those young professionals who want to in the world of corporate governance or want to become independent directors, this episode where Satish will take you to the process steps. Okay, what are the requirements? What are the duties, responsibilities, and what advisory roles they have to play with the management because they are the critics. They play in an outsider's role. So look forward to the panel discussion also, where we'll be coming up with on board effectiveness for corporate India. So like that, there are 500 plus coffee speakers sharing the inspiring journey professionally, personally, having their various creative interest. Subscribe to the channel you want to feature like Satish, visit our website, the Emerging India Forum, or LinkedIn page, or connect with one of our coffee speakers. Like Satish has been referred by Priyanka Karwa, who has been a coffee speaker in the past, and the conversation continues or a cup of coffee. So stay tuned to another interesting conversation or cup of coffee. Thank you.
Thank you, Amir. It has been a real pleasure talking to you.